lion's share. It's the lion's share. It's the lion's share. It's the lion's share.
Welcome back. Welcome into the Lion's Share as we close the chapter in this NFL season and look ahead to the next steps in the offseason, which is free agency and then the draft. And then we've got training camp. So as a Lions fan, we've already been in offseason mode, but the Seahawks get it done. And the Seahawks and the Patriots are now officially into offseason mode as the Seahawks are your Super Bowl champions. A congratulations to myself who picked the Seahawks to take the Super Bowl this postseason. Andrew and I had a little bet behind the scenes. He had the Pat Riots from the get-go. I had the Seahawks, so I mentioned to you, Papa B, about a friendly wager. And now with the loss, that means you have to take the Las Vegas Raiders in week 1 in the spinning wheel. So you don't get to spin the wheel. You just got, by default, you got the Raiders, which is kind of fitting because you look like you're in your own kind of darkness retreat right now. It's pretty dark there.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. And that's probably going to be shaping up to be a Max Crosby less Raiders.
What percentage would you have on old Maxie joining the Detroit Lions? The 2026 Detroit Lions will be the team that has or has not Max Crosby.
Shareholders are just bursting at the seams to get into this the studio here. You gotta really hold it tight. The 2026 Detroit Lions will be the team without Max Crosby. I think you heard. I mean, Aiden gave his own words on this. Said he'd love to play with him, but I mean, he himself, a lot of guys to feed. Don't know if it's going to be possible.
Man, we'll get into that later with this new sticktothemodel.com. I don't know if anybody's heard about this, but it's been making its rounds around Reddit as well as Twitter, X, and it's a super cool tool. So we will dive deep into that and maybe explore the possibility of adding old Max Crosby to the Lions, because that would be an incredible Hall of Fame duo potentially between Aiden on one side, Max on the other. But I'm with you. I don't see that happening. And Mitch, not here right now, battling a war of his own, a war of attrition. May be joining us later. I'm sure that we can guess what his thoughts are on this, though. He's very much in the plan or in the camp of Brad is not going to make these moves. And I think that's kind of where we all are now. We used to explore a lot of options of Max Crosby, Trey Hendrickson, just to name a few, and it's never come to fruition. So it just doesn't seem like this is the time that it would happen either. But
to be fair, don't know if you want it to happen, though, realistically. I mean, you see the Packers, they go out, they made the splash for Micah Parsons, and then, injuries happen. And I'm not going to say the Lions are injury prone as a team, but last 2 seasons kind of looking tough in that regard. So I feel like you don't want to make a splash like that, but really just add a lot of depth pieces to the secondary, I think, is the best thing they can do on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I agree. Glaring position there, and we saw how the Seahawks their defense is strong at every level. Defensive line, linebacking core, secondary. It's hard to find a weakness in there, and we saw some great cornerback play that I think you highlighted in the group chat with Witherspoon and some others. And it's tough because when that draft came around, obviously they got Gibbs in that draft, and you'd not take that pick back. But when we think back to some of the pre-draft shows that we had Witherspoon high on our list for the Lions to take there.
We did, and so did his boy Kirby Joe. Kirby Joseph played with him in college, wanted to be teammates with him in the NFL as well. And now, I mean, here we are, tables have turneth. And we don't know what we're going to see out of Kirby Joe, if anything at all, here in the future.
No, it's very uncertain would be the word I would use right now with him. He's, you hear some reports that this is going to potentially not end his career, but hinder his career going forward. And other reports that he may be just as good as he ever was. So it's really going to be on the table. To use your words there, it's really going to be on the table this season for him. You just hope he can get back to form. I was watching a YouTube video breaking down the Lions and their turnaround under Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, and going year by year, and just the year he had when he had 9 interceptions and a Pro Bowler and was outright the even involved in, I think, the Defensive Player of the Year category, which is never often goes to a secondary player. Almost always comes at the edge or linebacker core. So it was hard for me to watch that video, I'll be honest. And it's hard for me I'd love to know your thoughts too. Hard for me to see an NFC team like the Seahawks, leading the charge like they did last night against the Pat Riot, An incredible showing from the Hawks. And I told you guys, so composed in the post game has me concerned. I'll say that. I think Mike MacDonald's got a great thing going, and that concerns me that the NFC is going to go through Seattle for years to come.
I don't know if that's the case. I tell you what I took. The biggest glare that I took from the game, Will Campbell, got throttled. He's been getting thrashed online here. I mean, it was apparent in game, but this is my issue with having to draft a lineman and then expecting that much of them their rookie season. You can't do that to him. It's just not fair. It's never going to work. That's why I think this is where Brad really has to come through offseason free agency wise. You can get some rookie linemen. Luckily, Tate's going to be over that hill now. You can get some rookies in there, but that front core has to be some seasoned guys. And with the uncertainty of Decker too, do you want that for Goff?
No, we've seen the we've seen the fate of what that looks like, and it's not good. It's not pretty. And you're right. I mean, Penei Sewells don't come along very often, and he was a plug and play. You could bring him in, but in this draft, and in any draft, really, it's going to be, there's maybe 1 or 2 of those guys every draft that can plug and play immediately and have the impact and be as consistent as Penei has been. I don't know that there's anybody on this draft board that will be there at 17 for the Lions. Are they 17 or 18? I'm
crazy
racking my
even
brain
pose
now.
that question to me. I mean, we're like you said, this is the completion of 4 seasons, going on 5, and you're man, it's crazy.
It's 17. I should have stuck with my guns there. Should have stayed true to myself.
Raiders are in.
Correct. And with the first pick, you want to be the first podcast to declare who the number 1 pick will be before it happens?
Can we have a sidebar conversation that the listeners can't hear?
Sure, I think Tommy can accommodate that.
Okay, come here real close.
I have headphones on, so I can.
Can we AI in a name? I don't know any names.
You don't know? You don't know Mr. Fernando Mendoza?
Oh, they're not taking a quarterback, are they?
Oh yeah. Tom Brady? Raiders? Yeah.
TB? Okay.
They're taking Fernando.
Okay. And then you're gonna AI that in?
Yeah,
okay.
Dude.
Okay, listeners, we're back. Thank you,
Tommy.
With the first overall pick.
You don't need to do the sound. Tommy, do you still have that in your repertoire?
Cut the silences, Tommy. I like mine better. With the first overall pick in the 2026 draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select
Fernando Mendoza. Boom. There it is. Heard it here first, folks.
Wow.
This is the exclusive content to the Line Share.
We gotta use a little more AI in our show. Really coming up to speed with the world.
What if we told you that this whole podcast up in the first, Tommy, what are we at? 11 minutes? 10 minutes? Okay, we're at the 10-minute mark. This has all been AI. What you're seeing on YouTube, shout out to the YouTube, or you can also watch us on Spotify video. Like, comment, subscribe. This has all been AI. Surprise. Welcome to 2026. Speaking of AI, I mean, we're kind of bouncing all over the place with the Super Bowl here, but how many ads do we need for AI companies? I'd beg that question.
Taking a lot of people's jobs out there.
And it's like you laugh about it, but it actually is. And it seems like it's not slowing down. And I'm not sure about the world that we live in anymore with AI. It's just going to question everything at this point.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of regulations right now, but that's not what we're here to talk about as shareholders. I don't think these are muddy waters. I mean, the AI is so apparent in this show, it cut out a third of our host.
It did. Yeah, Mitch's Mufasa himself is not able to be AI'd. He's what do they say? Immune to it.
He's like the 6-finger guy. He's the dead giveaway. That's AI.
That's not real. There's always one. There's always one in the pictures that they're creating out there.
Yeah.
Well, shareholders, hope you all enjoyed the Super Bowl. We'll get a little deeper into it now. I wanted to say this, Andrew. I think it was a game. I would love to know your opinion. I think you said kind of meh on it. I'm hoping we can get Mufasa's comments because I'd love to hear his light as well. But I'll drop mine here. I think it was a game that purists probably loved. Like if you're a purist football fan, there was a lot of gritty defense, a battle on that side of the ball, and then an offensive minds, the play callers, the coordinators, duking it out. I think purists would love that. But I don't know. I just didn't have the fireworks, didn't have the names. I didn't feel like household names. Obviously, there's names that you and I know and love on the field, but I'm just thinking for the more casual, of the 130 million people that tuned in for the Super Bowl, I don't know how many people could name players on each side. It's not like the era of Tom Brady, Julian Edelman, all these household names. I'm just wondering, do you think this is a Super Bowl that people will forget or remember?
That's tough, obviously the Super Bowl, the halftime is going to be memorable. Whether you loved it or hated it, it's controversial. It'll be memorable forever. As far as the game, probably going to kind of fade away. Like we said, this is kind of like the classic PMT debacle. Like let's just make the touchdowns and field goals worth more points, and then it's more exciting. And I don't know, like Seahawks, great defense. But I think if it was just like a lot of nothing going for the Patriots at the same time, they couldn't, we talk about it all the time, momentum swings. They just could not get any sort of momentum going their way. And as far as the household names go, like, and not having momentum, like, they tried to force it to Diggs a few times. He wasn't there. Like, I think they really just needed to be a little more creative with him. Maybe Mac Hollins, Boutte as well, but really tough to do when you can't run the football and you leave your rookie linemen on islands and they get picked apart on national TV in front of everybody.
Yeah, it was ugly in a lot of facets for them. I asked you that question last night when they were scoreless, and I think the score went to was it 19 to nothing, something like that. And I asked you, of course, Patriots at that point scoreless. I asked you, how many quarters do you think it would take for the Patriots to score? Even if, let's just say, the Seahawks offense just doesn't even take the field anymore. It's just nonstop Patriots offense on the field versus the defense, not taking in account fatigue for the Seahawks defense. How many quarters do you think it would take? And I think you said 7 or 9.
9.
Yeah, I might venture to say it would have taken 12. But then they put up points, so it's like, okay, they are capable. And I mean, obviously, we know that this team is a good team. You don't just get to the Super Bowl, but Yeah, I mean I think it just speaks to how darn good the Seahawks defense is and kind of how weak the AFC is. I mean, we knew that coming into this, we all kind of had the feeling that it was going to be an NFC team, whether it be the Rams or the Seahawks. Felt pretty confident on this show that it would be one of those two teams. We just didn't see anybody from the AFC putting up enough of a battle. I think maybe if the Bills would have made it to this game, the Bills are enough of a wild card that they could have made this game interesting, let alone maybe even win it. But I don't see that happening. I just don't think anybody in the AFC was strong enough. And the Patriots defense is darn good too. It's going to be hard to win games when your offense is, not putting up points until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think the NFC was going to win this one. I think we all kind of had that feeling. But as far as the Bills, let's not circle the wagons here. You got to win the games to get to the Super Bowl. That's part of it. You don't just get to insert team here and say they probably would have had a better game. They didn't make it there. They had an opportunity. See you later. You know what I mean? So I feel no pity for the Bills. Not in the slightest. Sorry, I had to get that hate off my chest there.
Of course.
But like you said, the Pats scored. They just couldn't get any momentum going. What I thought was weird is they never really even attempted to get any more momentum going. It was like the same offensive possessions over and over and over again. And I think I asked you, what was the over-under on the punts out there? Because my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember what we ended up at, but I know we got to 11 in the third quarter because I was saying to you in the group chat, it was 12-0 Seahawks at that point, and we were approaching punt number 11, and I said, are we about to embark into territory of more punts than points in the third quarter? We were getting pretty close, and then kind of the wells broke, the levees broke, so to speak, and points started to show up a little bit quicker than they did all game, and then it was a forgotten thing. But it was a Big Ten football game out there. It was bad. I'm gonna look up how many points or how many punts we had last night.
Big Ten for sure. I mean, you got Kenneth Walker taking care of business.
When Mitch mentioned, I floated out the idea of who was gonna be the MVP. He said Kenneth Walker, and I had to look at the box score. I was like, how many yards does old Kenneth have? He had like 130 at that point or something like that. And I was like, oh my God. He very quietly got up. Maybe I just wasn't as locked into the game, but I thought that was a very quiet 135. But he also had 27 carries. So he's bell cowing it out there.
Yeah, he was bell cowing it out there. It's not like, so there's a difference, right? Like, you know how we always say Amon-Ra has the sneaky 100+ yard games. He also only touches the ball like 7 or 8 times. I agree. It was a sneaky, how many yards? 128?
135.
There was a sneaky 135, but like you say, you got 27 carries. At some point, you're going to have a couple decent runs. I thought it was quite comical that they were like, I think at the end of the game, he had about a 10-yard run, and they're talking about how great that run was. And it's like very clear they needed to solidify somebody as the MVP and to get the crowd and the viewers like on board with it of, oh, yeah, look at this elite talent. When clearly Mr. Myers was robbed of an NFL Super Bowl MVP. Unbelievable. We should have had a kicker win MVP last night.
Wanted it to happen so desperately. Sure wasn't going to go to Sam Darnold, who finished 50%, 19 of 38 for 202 and a touchdown. No hate to Sam Darnold. Congratulations to him. That's awesome. And I think it's a big F you to the rest of the league. And I love that. And especially love it because it comes off of a year where the Vikings let him out to dry. So it's beautiful.
Yeah. It's a little easier now that like it's not just such a given that the quarterback of the winning team is the MVP. Like that used to be just a given. So if it was more in that world, I mean nobody in the stadium thought Sam Darnold, including Sam Darnold, won MVP. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a question like, oh, me? No, it couldn't be me.
No. I was never gonna be old Sammy D, but Kenneth Walker also added 26 yards receiving So he found himself over 150 all purpose and could have had more. I mean, we all know that 30, I don't remember how many yards it was, 30 or 40-yard run that he had, took it to the house and got called back on a hold down the center there. So could have had even more yards. I thought at that point, I was like, okay, he's MVP. And then they called it back for the hold there. And I thought, well, maybe without that, they don't give it to him. I still thought the defense, I mean, obviously the story of the day is the Seahawks dark side defense. And I want to apologize to Drake May out there. Maybe he is a household name. Maybe I should take back the household name comment that I heard earlier. Drake May, number 2 in jersey sales, according to the biglead.com, which I assume is legit. Yeah. Anybody, who do you, there's one other name between the Seahawks and the Patriots here on this list. Could you guess who that would be?
For jersey sales?
Yeah. Top 10.
Can't be MacDonald.
I'll give you a hint. It's a Seahawk.
The only one I would think is Sam Darnold. There's no way.
Nope. But he is offensive.
Well, I was gonna say Richard Sherman just to laugh about it. still top than any current player. Jesus, this is terrible radio. Give it to me.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Oh my God!
Jason.
Apologies, Papa Pool. He's longtime lion. He's screaming at the phone right now. My apologies. He was a fantasy player of his.
That's tough. One of two wide receivers on here. The other one, CeeDee Lamb at number 7. But all the rest, quarterbacks, running backs, Fred Warner.
What?
The lone defensive player on this, Fred Warner.
What? How is Fred Warner a top jersey selling?
I guess it's a San Francisco thing because. Maybe this is San Francisco biased article because Brock Purdy on here, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey. So there's four.
I question the source.
All right, let me look at the NFLPA. Well, this was only good until July 31st. I guess they haven't released the numbers yet.
Mitchell, if you're listening, there's holes everywhere here.
There's a hole. Well, up until the summer last year, Saquon was number 1, followed by Jalen Hurts. Shedeur Sanders, number 5. Cooper DeJean, number 6. That's a wild list. Let me see. One more article, Tommy. One more. So this is the same one. So this one must be, 4 49ers on here. Crazy. They're buying them up like hotcakes out there in San Fran, and I guess in the world.
Rich.
So, speaking of kickers and punters, did you think who had a better game, the punters or the Poothers? You know, you're a big Charlie Puth guy after that national anthem.
Oh, the Poothers win that 100 times out of 100. That was one of the best renditions of the anthem I've heard in a long time.
How about the camera move from the guy real up close and personal there with Charlie to go from the flyover and then right into Charlie, and then the flyover goes over the shoulder of Charlie.
You see how giddy I am? Oh,
you are very giddy, my friend.
Goosebumps. I'm reliving it through your words.
And right before that, we had the Green Day opening concert, which was electric.
I loved that. I got a lot of negativity from that at work today. Not a lot of fans from that. Must be a bunch of young heads, you know what I'm saying? Yes.
Yeah, that's right in our wheelhouse. I think our class song was one that was sang by Green Day. I think that was the one that they... It
was good riddance.
Yeah, and I think that's what they started out the...
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep.
The thing with... in my mind, I was going, is that the song that I think it is? Is that Green Day? And I thought, that's kind of a wild song to play for all these national Hall of Famers. But anyway, it was a pleasant surprise. I did not know they were going to do that, and I did not know they were going to do it in the stadium. That was pretty cool.
That was very cool.
What do you think for the better defense? Legion of Boom or the Dark Side defense, as we're calling it?
You said that, and I wasn't aware of its game, and I think, Legion of Boom had its time. I think it's time for the Dark Side D.
I think so. I think on all the levels, like I spoke of earlier, I think the Seahawks Legion of Boom defense, when they had, Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman, the likes of those, I think they were maybe better at some positions because they had superstars at those positions, like Hall of Famers. And I'm not saying there aren't any Hall of Famers on this defense. There will be. But I think they may have been better at certain positions. But across the board, I think this comprehensive defense. And
Yep.
To your point that you had at the beginning of the beginning of the top of the show, maybe my concerns of them not being able to, or maybe my concerns of them running the NFC for the years to come, maybe my concerns of that aren't warranted because we've seen defenses be strong in the past, but it's really hard, as you know, to keep a defense together because what does it always come down to? Money. And your money's going towards the offense. So maybe it'll be hard to keep this defense together, I guess is what I'm saying, especially because some of these guys are young and they're going to be due for money.
Yeah, hopefully that's the case. You got to build through the draft. They did a pretty good job of that as well. So I think they're in a good spot. But the hope is there was so much parity in the NFL this year that, there really isn't a ton of separation. So, a couple quick moves could be the difference maker.
Yes, absolutely. It's a defensive league right now. And I think maybe I'm being optimistic, but I think that bodes well for a team like the Lions who are so strong in the offense. And they need to obviously rebuild that offensive line and parts to get themselves back to that, elevate themselves. But I think that's good. And then if you just have a top 15 defense, that'll get the job done. So I like that. Papa B, do you remember what we had for the over-under on rushing yards for Drake May?
Was it 37.5?
That's what I'm trying to look up right now in our group chat because, man, Vegas was right there because Drake May ended with 37 yards rushing.
No way.
Is that not insane?
That is outrageous.
It was. I just found it. 37.5. Is that not insane?
That is outrageous.
Wow, that's a bad beat for anybody who had the over on that. That's a bad beat.
That is a brutal.
I didn't realize. I had a note in here to look back at that, and I did not realize. I did not realize that. Wow. Well, last thing about the Super Bowl, Papa B, is what do you think? I mean, I think the Seahawks and the Rams are both going to be very good in the NFC next year in that same division. And what do you think?
Being back?
Yep. Congratulations for him for winning MVP. And congrats to Mitch for having his future bet way, way ahead of time. Cashed out on that. Congratulations. Happy for you. And yeah, coming back. So the Rams going to be presumably really good. Seahawks going to be presumably really good. What do you make about the AFC? What do you think about the Patriots? Do you think they can make a return?
I think they definitely can. I think it's probably going to be a lot of turnover kind of on the AFC though. Like hopefully, all those AFC teams can put it together. No. It just like I said, the NFL just as a whole felt so tight this year that like legitimately anybody could have beat anybody. It was the any given Sunday talk. So I think they can. Do I think they do it? No, I don't think they're gonna go out and do it. I don't think what's their O coordinator's name? Josh McDaniels. Is that it?
Yep.
I don't think he's it. I don't think if they keep him around, I don't think he's the one to do it. Unless he starts cheating again.
Maybe he should have cheated last night, huh?
Yeah, he should have just cheated a little more and could have won that game.
Yeah, I mean, the Seahawks were just one of those teams that you just could tell they were prepared at every level, and it was going to be impossible for the Patriots to beat them at any point. I think if Vrabel wasn't the coach of the Patriots, the loss would have been worse. Vrabel elevates that roster 100%. And I'm curious to see what the Patriots are next year, because I think it's going to be a tough road for them to come back to the Super Bowl. But I think they will be a good team under Vrabel for years to come.
Yep.
Speaking of the Seahawks, Papa B, we've got a let's call it a lion's share rewind, shall we?
Ooh.
We've got Tommy's getting it queued up right now. Oh boy, Tommy, figure it out. Mouse isn't working for Tommy, is what he says. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna share some content from one shareholder from a couple years ago about old Mike MacDonald.
I was referencing. Tommy, go ahead and queue up a special message with some eye-opening comments.
Hey guys, it's Josh here. I just got to say, I think Big Dan needs to go. I think you let him ride it out to the end of the year, but after
Remember that?
I think he's done. He's not the guy for the job. We hear in the preseason all this talk about this team's going to have this mentality. They're going to bite your kneecaps off.
Let's recall what the situation was, though.
I don't see any of it. In his post-game pitch in the NFL, I think he needs to go, and I'm tired of hearing those excuses from him.
So, but here's the part.
So here's my hot take. My hot take is you bring in Mike MacDonald, defensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens. I know that sounds biased because I'm a Michigan guy, but I think he's a guy that can come in and turn this defense around overnight. I think he can connect with the younger players. He's got a decent track record. I think he's an up-and-coming coach. I think the Lions need to pursue Mike MacDonald.
Whew. Tell us how you really feel, man.
So throwback to 2022, November 2nd, 2022.
Oh, no,
This guy was.
I could feel the passion.
This guy was way ahead of the curve here on old Mike MacDonald. Had a farm.
Is that still queued up? Can we get the first 30 seconds of that? Who was that again?
That was the number one shareholder.
I want to hear
Josh.
him. I want to hear him say it. Is that queued up, please?
You want to hear it again?
I need just him introducing himself.
Why?
Just
Tommy says it's not available anymore. So sorry.
You sounded so wholesome. Hey guys, it's me, Josh.
That was the wholesome activity that we had season 1. That was season 1. That was before Mufasa was a full-timer.
And it's wholesome because he had a lot of hate in his heart in that message there too, and he restrained himself the entire way. He got that beautiful intro out, and then let some hate spew. Josh, you don't let geniuses leave your building. We found that out with Ben Johnson. We want all the geniuses in the building. Sometimes you got to let some feathers fly. Dan's flying right now, and so is whatever the hell old McDonald's name is.
Yeah, you got to remember the name now. Fort Minor, remember the name. Mitch was a part-timer then. Now I guess he's a part-timer again today. We've got, at that point, let's get the frame of mind old Josh here. At that point in the NFL season, the 2022 Detroit Lions were, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1-6. After a loss to Miami, they had lost 5 in a row at this point. They'd started the season 1-6. Josh makes that comment November 2nd, in between the Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers game. Lions come out with 3 in a row, a loss to Buffalo, another 3 in a row, a loss to Carolina. Who could forget that game? I mean, we all do want to forget it. And then 2 wins against Chicago and Green Bay on Sunday Night Football to end the season. So they ended up, after Josh's comments, 8-2 to finish off that season. So I think he kind of willed them to it, truthfully. I think he was the reason they finished so strong. And he was so right about old Mike MacDonald. He is obviously an incredible coach, and in a short time, he does. He clearly does, because it's a young Seahawks team, and he came in there and, took over a team that was kind of in limbo. Russell Wilson was getting shipped out, their quarterback who had been the quarterback at the helm for so long. And then they were coming in with Geno Smith, and they were the G-Hawks. Andrew famously called them that. And they had some success. DK Metcalf, Geno, that team, but it just wasn't enough. And then they go out and get rid of DK, which I think, Andrew, if you have to ask me, I think that was probably the best decision, cancer, of that locker room. It seems now at this point, doing the same thing there with the Steelers, punching NFL fans. And you go out and you get Sam Darnold, which at the time, I mean, I wasn't a big fan of that. I thought, that's curious. Get rid of Geno, Sam Darnold. Don't know how much you really gain from that. You bring in Cooper Kupp, and but man, it was all about that defense. That defense was lurking in the darkness, and man, Mike MacDonald's a good coach. Shout out to Josh. Last thing before we talk Lions here, Super Bowl next year, folks. Get it right on your calendar because men especially, this one falls on Valentine's Day next year. Yeah. It's going to be Valentine's Day. It's going to occur same time, same place. And here's the other part. President's Day, the following day. So for those of you who are fortunate enough to have President's Day off, it'll be a holiday afterwards. So next year could get weird in a lot of ways.
Yeah, all those governmental workers getting the following day off. All the rest of us will still suffer.
Seems like I know which side of the world you fall on there, my friend. All right, let's try this stick to the model thing. What do you say, Papa B? So shout out to the makers of this website. It's very cool. Lets you go kind of play NFL GM, and it's a really cool tool. It's very comprehensive. So. Oh, yeah, we wondered why the dog was barking. He locked himself in the room. So that's what happened there. Now I feel bad, and I'm a bad dog dad at this point. So it's not a good look out here. You ever lock your dog in a room on accident?
No, he would eat through the door. He doesn't like. He needs to be by your side.
All right, Tommy's got the stick to the model queued up. So sticktothemodel.com. This is if you want to do this yourself. So we'll go click here with the Detroit Lions. So first, right off the bat, Papa B, this is what our decision is as playing Brad Holmes here. We're gonna have to cut some players. We're going to have to cut some guys. So it's going to give you some smart suggestions here, which it's a great place to start. We've got, where is one Taylor Decker on here? Because we're going to want to cut him. Yeah, there's Taylor Decker. We're going to cut. Okay. I mean, don't make me, or don't let me take this over. What do we think? Cut TD?
Who?
Taylor Decker?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to cut Taylor Decker. At this point, before we do any of these moves, the Lions are negative $8.5 million in the cap, under the cap there, or over the cap. So now you cut Taylor Decker. Now you're down to only $3.3 million. You're actually 3.3 in the green there, in the black. So not in the red anymore. So it's a big flip. It's about an $11 million flip.
You got to restructure Goff.
Okay, we're going to restructure there. We're going to go with the purple button here. We're going to restructure Goff. We're going to assume he's going to agree to these terms.
Yeah.
And there you go. Now we're $39.1 million in the green. So now we got some money to spend.
Okay, now you can also restructure the curb.
You want to restructure curb?
Yeah, absolutely, because who knows what's going on.
Whoa, we usually save the F-bombs for Mitchell.
Oh,
whoa.
Sorry. Loose lips. My bad. Sorry, I'm in Brad Holmes mode. This is
yeah. There you go. I think we could also structure Amon-Ra.
The love, same wave. Go south one more after him too.
We will go south to Penei Sewell. We'll give a restructure to Penei as well. Now we've got $72.9 million to spend. We've got some money.
All right, what's Derek Barnes' contract look like, sir? First off,
As far as restructuring him,
Yeah, what's he owed?
13 million dead cap. If we were to restructure him, it's really only a savings of 4.5 million. So I feel like he's got 4 years left remaining with a current cap hit of 9.3 million.
All right, hold off on him. Yep.
Yeah. A lot of people have been saying cut Graham Glasgow. I just don't.
I don't want to do that.
I
don't
don't
want
know.
to butcher another offensive line. Let's hold off here.
Alex Anzalone, we're not able to do anything with him, I think, because of his contract. So we can't do anything with him.
Let's pay Gibbs.
All right, I'm with you here. We can.
How much money do we have left? All of it.
73 million.
Give him 73. No
Blank
deals
check it.
after that. Just one season, 73 million.
All right, how about we give him? What do we give him? 4 years? What do you think for years?
3. 3 years on the running back.
So 3 years, 3 additional years, which would give you 4 years total. Is that what you think?
There you
Okay.
go.
So their current market rate for a guy like him is based on Cook, Barkley, and Williams contracts. So they're saying 16.8 million.
Wow. He's going to get 18.2 million a year.
You're gonna bump him up. Okay. Let's go 17.8. Let's meet in the middle. I think he can get it done with a little less than 18.
Okay, lovely.
Okay. We extended Gibbs and now we have 69.7 million.
You
to
know the
spend.
next one I want to do. He's next on the
Jack
list.
Campbell.
Yep. Get
Yep,
him done.
we're good. Let's extend old Jack Campbell, Mr. Linebacker of the Year. Now, with another year on his contract, do we want to give him 4 total?
Yeah, he's
Or-
the center point of the defense. You want him
So-
there for a while.
So you want 4 plus the 1, so 5 total right here?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think this is a full 4 year. Now, currently expecting, based on the market with Sherwood, Brooks, and Edwards being your comparables, they're saying 12.2 million a year.
He just won linebacker of the year. He's going to get 15 a year.
Whoa, I don't know if we can go that high. I don't think it takes that much. I'm going to go 13.3.
Okay. Cheap.
Extend and restructure.
All right, you know my next one. It's Mr. Jack Fox. We got to talk about still being the highest paid punter. We don't even punt. Oh, there
Oh
I
my
am.
God, the loose
again.
lips.
Jeez, beats. We don't even gosh darn punt anymore.
So you don't want to extend. Wait, I'm confused.
To cut him.
You want to cut Jack Fox? No, I can't do that. Vetoed. He's got 1 more year left. Just let him ride it out.
All right. BB's
Brian
gotta
Branch?
get- Yeah. well,
Cut
what
Branch? No, I don't think we cut Branch. I think we got to trade him, if anything, right?
What can we pay him?
Oh, we can't. We can only tag him. That's it. Because he's injured, I think.
Franchise tag him.
I think that's why you can't do anything with Laporta and Branch, because they're injured, maybe? I'm not sure.
One of those, I think Branch and Laporta, one of those two is getting franchised.
Oh, they don't like to use the franchise tag.
I know, but it sucks.
Anybody else to cut here? What about Manu?
No, he's gonna fight for that spot for Decker. What about Vaki? Do we? owe
What about
him any-
Sorsdale? Sorry, you probably can't really see this, huh?
It's a little tough. I'm sure.
Let me zoom it in there.
buddy! Woo-wee! Love that.
Should have been doing this a long time ago, Tommy.
1.2, save nothing with Manu. I think if
I
anything, we cut Vaki because he's done nothing for us.
Where did you see? Oh, okay, so let's cut Vaki. I agree with. I think I agree with that.
It's just you're not saving much. That's the issue.
Colby. Well, roster spots though are worth something too, though.
Colby's gone.
I think
He's
so.
He's gonna get replaced with somebody that's getting drafted here. Sailors is probably gone.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking. Well, maybe you take Sailors or Vaki. Maybe you take one and leave one.
If that's the case, I think you get Vaki, but
No, we can't undo it. Oh, actually, yes, we can.
But whatevs.
But whatevs. They're the same. Some of these guys will get cut, and we don't know who. But
Yeah.
like Seth McLaughlin, like some of these guys were just kind of depth pieces on the offensive line, especially. But
All right. So now we got about 70 milli.
yeah, yep.
What do you
And
want
we
to do?
could. We could restructure some other guys, but I just don't know how many they'll restructure.
What about Roy Lopez?
Where is old Roy Lopez here? He's a pending free agent, so
I think I want to sign him.
we'd have to re-sign him, which I don't know how you do that.
And the team has like a big to do about Stewart as well, and I don't see that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. He's a captain, right?
Yeah, he was.
Dan Skipper is obviously already gone, so we could get rid of him. But let me see if we can take action on that. We can trade. Oh, here's some trade offers from the market here. Jacksonville offers wide receiver Parker Washington. New England offers Keyshawn Butte. Why are there so many wide receivers? Calvin Ridley. Can we get anything other than that? Okay, so now we're on the re-signing. So Muhammad, I think, wants $15 million a year is kind of crazy, but
what?
yeah,
Not with Ahmed coming in.
I don't think we want to re-sign Alex Anzalone, personally. What do you think?
I don't think we want to, but if the money's right, then we will.
Who do we want to re-sign here on this list? First. Marcus Davenport, obviously, right?
No. Raymond, maybe? Jake Bates?
You kind of gotta re-sign Bates, right? I mean, he's probably not the best option, but
do you think DJ Reader retires?
I don't know.
Meek's getting re-signed as well.
Can we give him less than I don't think 4.9 million for Jake Bates. Just let's give him right at market. How about that? Or make an offer to him. He accepted 4.7. By the way, Jake Bates back on this team.
Cool.
Confirmed.
Meek?
I mean, for 2.2 million to take Meek, yeah. So they want to offer him 3.8 million. He's probably going to demand more than the market value.
Give him 2.8.
2.8 for a year, you think? Or two? Give him 2.
Yeah.
Let's make an offer here. He took it. Meek back on this team.
Are we getting Reader or are we getting Lopez? I think that's what it's going to
I think it's Lopez.
Think so too.
He wants a lot.
3 years too.
I'm comfortable with 3 years on him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving him 14 million a year. I'm not giving him 14.6.
I'm giving him an even 13.
Sure.
He confirmed. He accepted.
This is easy.
Yeah, we could be a GM. I think we got to re-sign comfortably Kyle, right?
No.
Oh. No backup quarterback for the Lions. What about Muhammad here?
Al-Qadin?
Yeah. Profit.
No.
Okay. What about Rock Yassin? You still got $50 million to spend here.
Pass for now.
Okay. Avante Maddox.
Pass for now.
Yeah, he's 30. He's a little old for my comfort zone there for where he plays. Sheik, I feel like you re-signed Sheik.
Yeah.
For 1 point. Well, the market value is 1.3. Let's give him 1.5. Comfortably above market. Yep, he took it. Classic. Tristan Colon, wide body Cologne.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Although, the depth would be something. I don't think we played some meaningful snaps, I will say. But, I mean, for the price, maybe, for depth?
No. I don't know.
DJ Reader, no. Khalif Raymond, I don't know. He's 32, man.
Yeah, Leaf's going to be a tough sign at 32. Plus, they've got Tesla.
And Tom Kennedy. I think we re-signed TK.
Less than $1 million? Yeah, get him on the team.
Less than $1 million, dude. Well, they want to give him more than that. Let's give him 2 years. 1.2.
How old is he? 30?
30. Yeah. So I don't want to give him more than that. Shane Zylstra.
Jamarco Jones is who I want to sign for depth at left tackle.
Okay, let's give it for 2 years.
Yep.
Give him 2 years for 1.2.
Yep.
He took it. It's under market value. What an idiot. No, sorry. No.
Rodrigo.
What's Rodrigo want? 2.9 million? I think that's.
Yeah, we're losing Anzalone though, so you gotta.
We give Rodrigo 3 years. Try to maximize our.
No, he's already had
spread it
a
out.
hamstring injury. You give him 2. Hell, I would almost
2?
give him a year to figure this hamstring out.
Yeah, I just don't know if he would take a year.
Yeah, I would do 2. Yeah. For the money you're gonna invest.
Oh, excuse me.
He's only 27.
What's the offer for money? You think market value is 3 million?
3-2.
You want to go 3-2? Okay. He took it.
Knew he would. Offer Dan Skipper, please.
No.
Don't have to throw some money away and give him a party.
No. Ferkser, I hardly know her. I think it's kind of between Ferkser and Zylstra, right? Zylstra, 30 years old, going to demand more money. Ferkser played, actually, Ferkser's 31. He's the older one.
Yeah, it's going to be Zylstra.
Okay, I'm going to re-sign Zylstra here. He wants 4.0.
1 year. Give him 1 year.
Yeah, I agree with that. 4.2. We'll give him 1 year, but we'll give him a little bit more money. Anybody else on this list? Shout out to the YouTube if you're watching and playing along with us here.
You know they're going to sign Stewart. It's just tough.
Yeah, I think we got to do that just not for our purposes, but just for the accuracy of this. Let's give him $2 million for 2 years.
Sure.
He took it. Maybe we're giving out too much money. Maybe there's getting a lot of acceptings here.
Down to 36.
36 million to spend. Plus, you got to account some for the draft, of course.
I think we'll get Mollett back cheap.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Give him. Oh, he's 33. Man, some of these guys are older than I realized.
Oh my God! No, walk away.
Sorry, Arthur. We walked away from
the name, and he was gone on my.
Nowoski?
No, I don't want to do that.
You probably got to re-sign Daniel Thomas just because of Kirby is unknown and Branch is out, obviously, too. So I think you got to re-sign Daniel Thomas.
Good call. 1 year.
Give him a year. Give him 2.8 for a year. I know it's well above market, but just for the insurance. For any other, I think maybe you got to take between Maddox and Rock. I don't know. It just depends on what you do in free agency. I guess at this point, maybe we start looking at free agents.
That's what I'm saying.
So let's narrow it down by position. Think you wanted some cornerbacks?
Mm-hmm.
Or...
Well, actually, go to lineman. That's the most important piece of this.
All right. Offensive lineman available in no particular order here by money, actually.
Larry Baroom. You got Dolphin.
Too much money, I think. I don't know if they would go this high ticket.
These are all inside.
Yeah, I wish you could go more than just break it down a little further. You're looking for tackles here, right?
Yeah. Ooh, go over to Green Bay.
Rasheed Walker, number 26 years old.
Listed as available.
Yep. 36-year-old Zeit.
Sign
Big
him.
Z.
Sign him. Sign him to a year.
I don't know. What about Linderbaum that everybody wants from the Ravens would play that center position? Do you give him $10 million a year?
Where was that draft pick you were looking at from?
Jake Slaughter?
Yeah.
Florida.
Where's he play, like position?
Center.
Okay. So we want to tackle. Oh, they do make deals with the Ravens, or with the Cards, excuse me.
Yep, Jonah Williams, but he's more of a rotational guy. I don't know. I think you want somebody that can plug and play. Well, let's go back to the top here. I just don't see him doing like a crazy move like this guy here, Barome.
I mean, what's he going to take to win a Super Bowl?
I don't know if Brad's willing to open up the book enough for that. So I'm thinking more conservative here. What if we...
I'm looking at that Rasheed Walker.
Yeah, what if we give Rasheed Walker 2 or 3 years?
He probably wants 3.
Yeah. He wants
Probably
$14 million a year.
million.
Give him right at the market there.
Yeah.
He took it. He took it, folks. He took it. We got any running backs out here that we could sign just on a... Kenneth Walker, let's sign him.
Done.
Rico Dowdle, J.K. Dobbins, Travis Etienne, Rasheed White.
We don't need a running
Rashad
back.
White.
We need a cornerback.
Yeah, it's more of a need. Running back's probably more draft. Rick Wolin.
Honestly,
Jamel
Reek
Dean.
wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. Josh Joby. Couple Seahawks on here.
And Kobe Durant. That's, yeah.
That one sticks out to me.
Jalen Davis wouldn't be bad either from the Bengals.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that actually just seems like something they would do. A 30-year-old cornerback, a vet, but not over the hill.
Yep.
Let's see. What's it going to take to get him? Market value 8.6. 2 years? Give him. See if he takes two years for 7.5. He took it.
It's crazy. That's his current off. That's what he's currently making.
Is that what it said?
Yeah, he was currently at 7.5, I think.
Oh man. What else?
Check safety. I think you're right on that thought.
Yeah, I should have stuck with it. These guys are going to be out of our range here. We're down to 11 million. So we probably only got one move, one big move.
Blankenship.
You think Reed Blankenship?
Yeah.
I don't think they would do it. CJ, here we go. CJ Gardner-Johnson.
I would say Reed over him a million times.
Iffy. Bring back Iffy?
No.
Okay, fine. DeMar Hamlin?
Death walking.
What about PJ Locke from the Broncos? We know how good that defense was. Rotational guy, 29 years old, not demanding much money.
Not a bad idea. Sign his ass. Welcome to
I'm gonna sign the paper. You can do what you want with what your signing is, but let's give him 3. I don't know, 3 years.
Oh my God, dude. He's a rotational guy. Take it easy with the 3 years.
2 years?
At max.
2 years, 1.8. He took it. Harrison Smith.
We don't need any more players, do we?
Joey Bosa. Khalil Mack. No. I don't. I hope they don't sign any of these guys.
Yeah, honestly, who are some? Keep going down this list. Deeper.
What about Josh Uche?
Sure.
Okay. This will be our last move here, folks. We know the show's kind of gotten out of hand at this point. If you're a sicko and you're still watching this, we thank you, shareholders.
All
right, Uche, let's go to the draft. Let's do all 7. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. Let's just do a quick draft. We're not going to take the shareholders through all of this, but let's go first round draft only. This is a live mock. We already know from our prediction earlier, or our declaration earlier, that Mendoza's going to the Raiders first. There it is. Boom.
There it is. Called it.
And now we've got the Lions at 17. Here's the draft so far, according to the mock. We've got the tackle from Miami already off the board. So and Spencer Fennell, the other tackle that they could potentially look
We got
at.
trade offers on the board.
We do have 4 bouncing trade offers here. We got the Bears. They want to get 17 from us to give 25 and 57. Chargers also want this pick and want to give 22 and 55. Eagles want it, and they want to give up 23 and 54. Steelers want it and get 21 and 53. Let's look at who's on the board before we take any of those. So, best available, Clemson, Peter Woods. I'm not sure what DL3T, down lineman. I'm not really sure what
technique.
3 technique. I'm yeah, right. That's all I could think of.
Give me the offensive lineman, please.
Caden Proctor. We're going to draft him from Bama. I'm with you on this. Let's draft Caden Proctor. All right, that's giving us a B+ on our offseason.
Suck it, LaFleur.
25 out of 25 roster moves, 10 out of 20 on a future outlook. That's where we struggled. Needs filled, 24 of 30. Cap health, 18 of 25.
Oh, we're looking to the here and now. Not like
Final cap space, $7.5 million. So we balanced the budget. Congratulations to us.
This was easy.
If you want to do this on your own, shareholders, maybe we'll do some more of this in the off season and give you some more content when it comes to that on the socials.
Boy, glaring when it jumps back and I see my own face. Woo!
Yeah, you're telling me, pal. You're telling me.
Boy, oh boy.
I know. We are handsome, and we know it. Last thing, YouTube TV shareholders. If you have YouTube TV as your streaming service, there's going to be a new skinny bundle, quote unquote, as they're calling it now, which is just sports tailored content. You get all the same sports channels that you already have right now. You just lose some of the, Nat Geo, History Channel, some of the news channels for $65 a month. So I'm sure that's going to be a popular option for a lot of you sports fans out there. So watch for that coming in the next couple weeks. The other last thing was from Mufasa's Lady Lion herself. Thank you to you. You know who you are. Wanted to talk a little bit about Michigan NIL. So high school football. Well, I guess high school all sports. Is that right?
I would assume.
Really? Tell me more, Papa B. Fill us in on this.
These spoiled, rotten kids. You're getting paid for nothing.
So what do you think this means for the state of Michigan and the state of NFL, the state of high school
It's going to be weird, right? Like, the issue is already the, I don't even know what you call it. Religious affiliated schools. Yeah. Essentially, just kind of get kids to come to their program and compete for them. At this point now you can just pay them. So it's going to become, 2 or 3 big schools in the state, and that's it.
Kind of already is that way though, right? It's just going to be more outright with it.
Yeah, I think just a little more outright with it. Probably a lot of school consolidations.
Yep.
So
there's a lot of that going on anyway. Yeah. So do you know off the top of your head, are other states doing this as well? Michigan can't be the first.
Not that I've heard of it. I just heard it on the radio for the first time, and they have to have followed.
So, yeah. NIL has made its way to Michigan. The MHSAA, which we have a bone to pick with them, don't we, Papa B? The old ASPN days. APSN, ASPN, APSN. Boy, you think you'd remember. Speaking of which, Papa B, we had none other than the 12-3 Sacred Heart Fighting Irish, taking on the Beale City boys basketball team here. Let's see.
Boy, the show has devolved.
It has. We were doing this before it was legal, at least live streaming games in 2010, by the way. But I wanted to point out something here. Check out what we got going on in the. Okay, that's a halftime report. Check out what we got going on in the student section. We got an ESPN. Look at ESPN setup over here.
Yeah, how about the red zone?
I know I mean, it is kind of incredible what we've got going on in the student section there. So this was earlier. So this is previously recorded. Looks like the Irish took this one by a lot. We've got a final score of 46-24. Yikes for the Aggies there. And the Beale City coming into this game 15-1, so only one loss on the season. So that's tough. Anyway, our show has kind of run its course here and run off the rails here, and we thought maybe we could kill enough time before Mufasa would jump into this here chat. Looks like we're not going to get him. So if you want to catch us on the next one, Mufasa and shareholders, next one, we're going to take a little break. We're going to take our vacation time, take our PTO, head off to other lands, and meet you all back here in March as we approach free agency and the free agency period, which, Tommy, when does free agency begin in the NFL? March 9th. Well, the tampering period begin and officially opens on March 11th is what Tommy's telling me in my ear. So we'll be back around that time, recapping and previewing any of the Lions moves, of course. Maybe Andrew, maybe we'll do some of those quick no huddle shows if we get a real bomb dropped on us with a name out there that we're not expecting in the free agency. And then, of course, we'll be back to preview the draft. Hope to have the college football expert on to shed some light on college football as a whole, the landscape, speaking on NIL, but also give us some light on some of these guys that the Lions might be drafting. And look ahead at Michigan football as well. So look for that. Great off-season content coming, and Season 5 on deck for Lions Share Podcast. Until then, let's go Lions and let's go Pistons, first place in the Eastern Conference. And then Tigers right around the corner. Red Wings also in the playoff hunt as it comes down to it here. And not quite coming down to it yet in the NHL, of course, but Red Wings hot. And Mufasa not here to shout out. Let's go Griffins as well.
Adios. Meow.